will be the winner of the Cowboys and Giants game that will be playoff bound. We are now joined by Antonio Cromartie. Happy New Year, Crow. How will the
Happy
NFC
New Year.
play out this Sunday?
I'm taking Dallas Cowboys.
What?
And I say that because I think right now they have a chance. They have a little momentum. I think Andy Dalton's playing a lot better. They actually found a run game, and it's not coming from not really coming from Ezekiel. The big plays are coming from Pollard. So I'm looking for them to win. I think, with everything that's going on in Washington, I don't think it's still the distraction that's going on there. We don't know how healthy Alex Smith is. And I think Jalen Hurts can put them out.
Wow.
Well, right now, all indications looking like Alex Smith going to play, so I got to say that the Washington football team will be in the playoffs, especially if he's out in the field. It's what they brought him there for. They brought him there to win games like this and win games in the regular season and possibly get into the playoffs and compete. So, I feel like for all they've gone through, man, Ron Rivera, Alex, it's a storybook ending for these guys, and I wouldn't want anything more than to see them have an opportunity to, play for a championship, and while they have all of the right pieces and components with the defensive line and the offense playing a lot better, I think it all lies in the hands of Alex Smith. And even if Taylor Heineke plays, I still think they got a shot because Fletcher Cox won't be on the field, and that's the biggest caveat. So, if I'm a quarterback in this game and there's no Fletcher Cox, then I know that pocket's going to be clean. I can sit in the pocket and I can work. I keep my eyes downfield. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they kind of distraught right now. They got a lot going on, within their organization as well. So, I think they're poised, to win this game this Sunday. And if they do, all hail to the football team.
I could run down the stat lines of why certain teams will win, why Washington is the better team than the Philadelphia Eagles, why the Giants would be in contention, actually. Right. But this is the NFC East. These are all teams that are familiar with one another, and we all know interdivisional games are always they're all familiar with one another, so all the stats go out the door. Now, I will say this. Looking at Washington's team, I don't look at it as a confused state. I don't look at it as a turbulent place. We watched what happened with Dwayne Haskins this past week, and we could all sit here and say, here we go again with the Washington football team. Here it is. They're going to self-destruct. Here it is, self-sabotage. That's not the case here. That is not the case. There is a difference. There is not confusion. This was confusion being put to bed, Crow. Think about it. Ron Rivera said, this is what we needed you to do. You didn't do it. So you go out there based upon injury after you've been stripped of being a captain because you've been irresponsible with your leadership role, and you don't play well. We lose the game and you leave. You don't even face the media. Well, in years past, the confusion would have been, let him go. Just keep it moving. Let's try to get through the season. No. He got bodied, Crow. Ron bodied him. And so now everybody's on notice. This is not about there being confusion. This is about y'all better focus in. You better dial in.
100%.
For those who are ready to go get it, y'all gonna go get it. For those of you were thinking you might or maybe not, this is Washington. No, you better dial in. It's time to lock and load. And that's why I think that this Washington team has the best chance of coming out this weekend as the lone NFC East team and champ going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they got a shot.
Well, I say they don't. That's just because I'm just looking at Alex Smith and how he's played going into the playoffs or how he played in the playoffs. I mean, you got to think, Alex Smith's been blown out in the playoffs every single time he's gone to the playoffs or even tried to get into the playoffs. You can look at the NFC game against the Giants in the NFC Championship game. You can go to the Colts game when they had a 20-some point lead and blew that whole entire lead. And he had a defense then. He had the pass rushers then. So what's making it different now? It's the same kind of offense that he's been running. I think he's a little more comfortable. But at the end of the day, I'm taking the Cowboys just because of the gelling they're starting to do the last 3 weeks and the way they've been playing. And they found a running game with Zeke and also with Pollard. And Andy Dalton's getting a little more comfortable, and he's found a star receiver in Gallup. that's going to create separation. If you try to double somebody else, someone else is going to be open on the back end. So, I mean, I look at it from that standpoint, and why I'm picking Dallas, and I'm just looking at the history of Alex Smith playing in games that's meaningful, and that means something to get him somewhere into the next division.
Hey, Crow, crazier things can't have happened. You know, the football team can lose this game. They can lose, and then Dallas can beat the Giants and get in. And if that happens, I'm going to give all the credit to Mike McCarthy because everybody wrote him off. They wanted him fired. Mike McCarthy got to go. He's washed up. That man got a Super Bowl ring.
Yes, he does.
He know what he's doing.
Yes, he does.
Got Andy Dalton playing some of his best football, and Dak was playing some of his best football as well. So, you know, why I think if they don't make it, 2021 to serve this team well, especially when they get all the right pieces together, especially when they have some time to gel, and if Mike McCarthy take over the play calling next year over Kellen Moore.
I got to be honest. I said I wasn't going to use any stats, but I lied. All right, that's my honesty.
I'm a stat man.
And the only reason why I'm going to do it is because my man Crow asked, well, what's so different? What's so different? Well,
give it to me.
Let's think about this with Jalen Hurts since he's become the starter, all right? 20th in points scored. 20th. That leaves only 12 teams away from the worst. 21st, right? 21st in yards allowed for this defense. 22nd in points allowed for this Philly defense, and they're tied for 24th in takeaways. So if you're going to have one aspect struggling and suffering on your team, you had better be able to pick it up in other aspects. The Philadelphia Eagles